Sherrie Neff, your cycling realtor. I am showing up today at Great Falls Lumber. Let's go in and visit with Stephen Galloway and find out more about the ways they are here to serve Great Falls. Well, good morning. It's Sherrie, the cycling realtor, once again, and today we have a special guest, Steve Galloway, owner of the only locally owned and operated lumber and hardware store for 38 years in downtown Great Falls. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you for taking time to be with us. We enjoy sharing this with those who are wanting to move to Great Falls and wanting to know more about our local area, as well as those who are looking to fix up their house, sell their house. Maybe they just bought one and they want to put their own little niche on it, but we wanted to let them know what opportunities they have here. So
Great.
if you'd be willing, share with us a little bit the story of your Great Falls Lumber.
Well, I contracted for 12 years and thought it'd be a bright idea to have our own supply of building materials. So we started this, and that was 38 some years ago. But with other businesses that came about, I just had to quit contracting. So we've just had this running. It's locally owned. We are a co-op member of Do It Best, which helps us be competitive because there's over 4,000 members nationwide. So we get a truck every week, so there's no shipping. We have to have the order in by Tuesday, and it's here for pickup on Friday with no shipping, which is a real advantage because the warehouse over there in Woodburn, Oregon has like 100,000 plus SKUs, and we only stock about 18,000 SKUs. But we supply everything from nuts and bolts to drywall to framing. We can order trusses. We do a lot of shingles, insulation, all those building materials. And it comes to plumbing items, we can order showers and all that stuff too, but we don't really have room to stock those or display them.
Right.
But
I saw
pretty much from the foundation up, we can supply the home.
Very nice. And one of the things I've noticed a lot of buyers and sellers want to do is countertops, and I see you have some really nice countertops out there. Especially for if it was just to have a real neutral, clean slate to begin with. I noticed some appliances.
Yep, we do. Most of the targeted audience we stock for is for home flippers. They're just wanting nice but basic appliances. But we can order. The higher end fixtures have a lot more markup, and which is great, but we just don't get that call for those, and there's so many variations you almost have to order them when somebody wants them. But we keep the basics around that most people use in their rental properties.
Nice. And what's your specialty? What's the thing that Great Falls Lumber does the best?
I think customer service, and competitive pricing. I mean, people won't realize it, but our big box friends, they do a good job of marketing select items, but what people don't pay attention to is the blind items that they have marked up astronomically.
Right.
One of the greatest examples, a guy was at one of them and picked up, they didn't have enough turnbuckles, and he paid almost $6 a piece for me. Come over here, and ours were $1.89, and that's what people don't always see. But yet a sheet of drywall or whatever that draws them into the store, they think because that's competitively priced and that everything is, and it's just not the case. And those people that pay attention, they find shopping with us is we're very competitive. Otherwise we wouldn't still be in business. But I have to give kudos to the Do It Best, because the co-op, where it's member owned, makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because there's only like one big box, there's 1,800 of them, but there's 4,000 of us. And some are great big stores, and some are smaller like us, and some are even smaller. But then there's also international, and I don't know how many international stores we have now, but that all gives us buying power.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds like a great deal. I saw that when I was looking you up, because it can be just a little bit tricky to find you online because of it being under the co-op. So everybody should remember to find you as do it best?
Right. Well, if you go to gf
Uh-huh.
dot doitbest.com. Special order stuff every week. We do a lot of that.
That makes sense. And having met your crew this morning and enjoyed visiting with them as well as you, I agree. Customer service definitely seems to be top notch. And I really encourage everybody to come down and visit and see everything for themselves, for sure. So on the do-it-yourself, I got to visit with Nick a little bit. Many of the clients that are buying or selling want to do their own special little thing to their house, either to fix it up enough to sell it for top dollar, or to put their own mark on it when they buy it, as this is what I wanted fixed. It sounds like, if I understand, they should come down, have an idea of what they're wanting to do, and then there's lots of suggestions from Nick and the staff to help them kind of guide them through the do-it-yourself.
And there's lots of do-it-yourself helps on the Do It Best website.
Oh,
You can
sure.
search those in the how-to area.
Oh, beautiful.
So, if you're seeding your lawn or whatever, there's some how-tos, or you're trying to fix a faucet, or there's lots of how-tos in there.
Well, I'll tell you, I am so impressed. 38 years as a family-owned business in any area is pretty amazing to see still running. And if you had one advice to that small business owner in town that's trying to be that 38-year-long sustainability, what would you give them? What's the
I think the
key?
hardest part is living within your means and realizing that you can only attain the growth that the business allows. I think a lot of times people overextend and get themselves in trouble. That's why you see so many small businesses fail. We're blessed to be diversified in other businesses, so it does help to where we don't have to take everything out of this business to survive. And the community's been great, and we give back where we can.
So that about wraps up this week. Enjoyed hearing from Stephen Galloway at the Great Falls Lumber Company. And we will see you next week with Sophia Sparklin and B Spark Architecture. Overall, have a great weekend, and thanks again for tuning in for Sherrie, Exit Realty Great Falls, the Cycling Realtor.